But I think more than 63% of entrepreneurs, they don't check their initial idea and they jump into it because entrepreneurship looks very fancy on social media. And it's nice to say people, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur.
The whole entrepreneurship is about adopting,
right? And learning and unlearning and just growing and evolving.
None of us have done this before. And very frank opinion from me is nobody can teach you because the circumstances of you in your specific situation are going to be always different.
I tell all my clients, if you're from construction industry, go and attend oil and gas industry event. If you're say from education industry, go and attend some tech events, because you will pick a lot of things which nobody is doing in your industry and you will be the first one to implement. So that will help you to stand out.
Most important thing is cash flow. Growth needs cash. A founder can say, I don't need money, I can live like a poor person, sure, but your business is not going to grow and survive and thrive.
Hello everyone, welcome to Business and Leadership Podcast, Iota to Alpha. Today we have a very special guest, Surabhi Shenoy. She is a serial entrepreneur who has built and exited 2 multi-million-dollar companies in tech and wellness. And now she mentors founders on how to bootstrap, scale profitably, and build high-valuation business. So let's welcome Ms. Surabhi Shenoy. Thank you so much, Surabhi, for joining us today.
It's such a pleasure to be here finally and have this sit down and chat and share our stories together.
Yeah, and I'm following you on LinkedIn for such a long time that I was just looking forward that when I get the opportunity, we sit together and have a nice conversation.
Yes, I mean, same here. Your masterclasses, and one day I will also join.
Yes,
come for one.
Definitely, I would love to have you there.
100%.
So I know what you are doing, and I was so curious to know because I came across a study which says that the entrepreneurs, those who diversify, and their chances of success increases by 35%. So we call them like portfolio entrepreneurs compared to those who are just into one business. And the survival downturn becomes 27% better. So in that case, because you have exited, you have built 2 multi-million-dollar businesses and you have exited it. So how do you see it, that diversifying and being into single business?
For me, it was an accident. It wasn't thought through, but I 100% agree with your point, as in statistics there is the different businesses, that diversification help into we becoming better entrepreneurs. Because in one line of business, you may not get all facets, but they always help, right? The crisscross of that. So in my case, the tech business was a very B2B, the wellness business was very B2C. Both had different angle. In the B2B business, we had to really look at retention, right? Customer retention, employee retention. It's a knowledge industry.
Yeah.
And it's driven more by logic. And whereas in the wellness business, what happens is it's more about customer trust. It's more about human experience because the nature of work was like that. And a very different angle. But can I say that human experience understanding didn't help me in technology? It did a lot. And that's the best part of it. But I also would say fundamentally business is business. What you focus on is value creation, customers, team building, alignment. Those fundamentals stay same. So there is a fundamental unifying platform, and then there are multiple facets of different businesses, which makes us better entrepreneurs.
I love this one actually. And you had 2 businesses in entirely different domain, tech and wellness. People don't think like that one.
But I think today I can talk more about why our own personal fitness, mental as well as physical, and how they are correlated to any founder more than any other person can talk about, right? So when we talk about peak performance, when we talk about founder being in sanity, and there will be many situations where they will lose that sanity.
Yeah.
How do you really come back? And therefore build a team also who is at peak performance level. I think all experiences make us together
definitely
better, more mature.
I agree 100%. I tell all my clients, if you're from construction industry, go and attend oil and gas industry event. If you're say from education industry, go and attend some tech events, because you will pick a lot of things which nobody is doing in your industry, and you will be the first one to implement. So that will help you to stand out.
Yeah. We go out and we network with people. Idea is again to understand what's happening in the market and what can we pick up from there and implement, because that's the variety, that's the newness that we can bring, innovation that we can bring into our specific industry and problem.
That's right. That's wonderful. Now, I want to ask a question from the entrepreneurs, especially the new entrepreneur, their perspective. What difference do you see in B2B and B2C?
I think they are very, mindset wise, they're very different. Because one, the volume is not high in B2B.
B2B.
I mean, especially initial stages.
And high ticket transactions are there compared to B2C.
So if you miss on your pricing, correct pricing, of course it happens on both sides. I mean, in here, one ticket, one account, one client, if you charge lower than what you should actually, you're going to suffer through the entire journey and period of that transaction. Whereas in B2C, maybe you can correct it a little bit as you go. So B2C is so much volume driven. Here, your sales marketing on the B2B is very different. Landing an enterprise account is very different than landing 50 individual humans from different walks of life. So I cannot say which one is better. Both of them need their own different strategies and mindsets, but they are different for sure.
Yeah. So if somebody wants to start, like somebody who has never done any business and they want to start a business, so two things I want to ask. One thing is from where they should start, the B2C or B2B? And the second question is what mindset is required for them?
I don't think you can select if you want to be in B2B or B2C. You have to have a product. And that will mostly come through your own personal experience journey. Let's say if you're a tech architect or a product person in technology space, you have always built enterprise products. You will build that similar product because that's your expertise. You understand those kind of people associated around that, the team and everything. So by default, your product will be in either B2B or B2C. I don't think you can make a decision that I want to make something as B2C and then figure out. It's possible, but again, if your expertise are required, then the product will decide basically.
Yeah, and I think it's more of depends on the personality of the person also. If they are more outgoing and they can make more connections, I think B2C will be comparatively easier. But if they have already that entrepreneur mindset is there and they are more strategic, then I think B2B will be more helpful for them. If they have a choice, if they have a choice.
Sure. As in you manage less number of people, less number of mindsets, less number of egos.
That's
and
right.
Decision makers. But then the stakes are so much higher. You may get 100 customers in B2C, but 2 customers to get B2B, 2 customers may take longer time.
That's right.
I think the product decides which way you should really go and then adopt basically. The whole entrepreneurship is about adoption.
Adopting
right?
And learning and unlearning and just growing and evolving.
None of us have, first time especially, none of us have done this before. And very frank opinion from me is nobody can teach you because the circumstances of you in your specific situation are going to be always different. Your team composition is going to be different. Your market is going to be different. Your product and the specifications of that product are going to be different. No 2 shampoo bottles are similar, right? As in one is removing dandruff and one is making your hair longer. Now, even for that, you need to have a different story.
Exactly.
And different sales strategy. You have to have an understanding of your audience and then audiences in the customers who's going to buy. And then prepare yourself to get into the market. Same is true for any B2B. So I think adoption is what I will put my money on rather than B2B or B2C.
That's actually completely makes sense.
Yeah, decide and line up. Rather than keep thinking. Otherwise, this is analysis paralysis. This is self-doubting to the nth degree, and people don't move then.
Yeah.
So might as well move to make at least first step and then align with that decision, like what all is required now to make this successful. And I think you have better chances then.
That's right, actually. Rather than making it perfect and deciding it upfront, it's better to jump into it, keep learning, keep evolving, because either way we have to make sure as a leader that it works out.
100%. And today you have B2B, tomorrow you might have another idea which you can create flip. And so many B2C brands finally do B2B, right?
Yeah.
Even a cake and bakery shop will always have B2B
B2B
customers.
and B2C both they will
Yeah,
have.
they will
That's
sell
right.
it too. They will have a bakery shop, they will sell to the B2C.
Yeah.
But they will always have a corporate angle to that. If you have big event party that is coming in, we'll supply, we'll serve.
That's
They work
right.
with restaurants and hotels
Yeah.
to service their bakery related needs. So you will always learn.
Yeah.
Right?
I think all businesses have this B2B and B2C opportunities are there.
Yes.
No, another study I came across is that 80% of business founders, they believe, especially in today's time, that personal branding is one of the biggest differentiator, especially on social media and reaching more audience. And recently you have crossed 50,000 followers. Hey, let's clap for you. So I was so happy to see that one.
Yes.
And I think you are the right person to talk about it, that how personal brand of a CEO or the founder or business leaders, that impacts business growth.
Before I answer this, I will also have one point, because that was my major suffering, is the block that who am I to write? What should I write about? Who cares? I had all those thoughts. I was never a social media person. I'm still would consider myself as not a social media person. When I started my LinkedIn journey, I was like 700 connects, followers in my account after like 20 plus years of work and in the industry. But for me, reframing my own story from personal branding to can I see myself as an educator? And answer to that was much big yes. Yes, I can see myself. I've been doing that to my team, to so many people, that educating, making them grow. And that I could relate to. So when I changed my own story, I could start being more present, visible on platform like LinkedIn. So if somebody is sitting right now thinking that should I not, why should I do it? Just do it. It's a lot more fun. In my own journey, once I've been told that you guys are doing such amazing job, my tech company, right? Your team is really good, and you go above and beyond. All of those great, tick. But you're like a best kept secret. Only you guys know what you can do. Nobody else knows what you can do. And that was the biggest, like a small little slap on me that I'm missing something here.
Exactly.
And I see today so many brilliant founders. They have so much to share about themselves, about their product, about their experience, but they don't. And I would encourage them to do that. Forget building brand and all that. Just for the one single reason that you can do this service to the next generation, next founders, and you even attract great talent.
Exactly.
If I know what's happening in your head as my leader, my future leader, and I connect with you, I like your vision, I like I like your speed, I like your values. When I come for an interview, first I would come for an interview, I wouldn't ghost. Today that is the bigger problem. And when I come, I would want to work with you.
Yeah.
If I get to see the culture in your company, in one of the posts, things like LinkedIn are not one wall plastered, right? Like it's not flat, it's moving. The content is moving. Every day you have an opportunity to share something about the journey that you are having. And I personally think, if nothing else, it can be a biggest talent attraction, brand building, your employer branding opportunity that you're missing if you're not doing this. And through my personal experience with one of my founder, if you do employer branding correct, even clients come to you.
Exactly, yeah.
Because
it has ripple effect.
Because they see this company takes care of team, and it's not this guy who's going to do the job. It's these guys who are going to do the job, and company is looking after them. I would give my work to them. And that's even the founder who I worked with, he didn't expect that to happen. He was doing it because his HR recruitment team was pushing him to do that. But this was a side effect, a really nice side effect that he got. So I've said, like, don't even sell the product. People buy from people.
Yeah.
If the client like you and client like your team and the culture you're setting up, they will come and give you the work. And that happened. So my encouragement is do it. And it has benefits. You and me sitting here.
Yeah, because of that only I was following you on LinkedIn. By the way, I want to tell our audience, in person we are meeting for the first time. We are connected for quite some time, and we got connected through LinkedIn. I started following her work. If you have not registered for a newsletter or you're not following her, you're missing out on a lot of important information. So start following. I'll write in comments her details.
Thank you so much. That really
Yeah.
means a lot.
And I like the way how you have connected actually, that how the personal branding is related to business, to employees, and finally to customers. So I think it has direct impact on bottom line if we do it properly.
Yeah. And it's so much easier than going networking all over the world.
Yeah.
It's so much cheaper also to do
That's
that.
right.
And when you network with people, you share stories. You can just do that same thing here. There is no hesitation that is required here. And you don't have to hold back. Yeah. So one must.
Yes, that's amazing. And I think I get around 60 to 70% of my clients just from social media, because they follow it, they like something, and then they approach, Neetu, I saw your negotiation post. Can you come and give a session for our team? So it's like that.
True.
Yeah. I was going through, as you spoke in the first point, that we have a core idea and we have to validate that one and we have to check it, not to decide whether B2B or B2C. But I think more than 63% of entrepreneurs, they don't check their initial idea and they jump into it because entrepreneurship looks very fancy on social media. And it's nice to say people, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. But without validating it, what are the repercussions of that? And especially new entrepreneurs, what actions they should take to make sure that it's done?
I think more than anything else, it's extremely emotionally damaging because you lose confidence. And I have seen those early stage founders where very high enthusiasm, roll up your sleeves, jump. That is great. But if you have not, that should be done for validating the idea, not building a product. That enthusiasm should be done for validating the idea, not building the product. That's the big difference here. If you have the right product, everything becomes easier. When I say all products are right and all products are wrong. So right product means something that you can sell to the right audience. Where there is a need, the match needs to be there. And finding that out is like 30-40% of the work. After that, everything becomes easier, simpler. You kind of attract people in your team who are from the right industry, right competence, if you know what you're building and what you're selling. So validating the idea, I'm right now, based on all my 2-3 years of coaching experience now, I realize that there is still a pain point. There are founders who are not able to go beyond certain thing. And without revealing the details, maybe another time for that, but I'm thinking of developing a program. And working title of that is Numbers and Leadership, because I think slowly working with me, the founder starts understanding how to really look at their numbers, but their team is still talking a lot of English or whatever language, not numbers. Slowly, they start talking different language. And I thought I need to help them further build this, right? Founder to help their team to start talking in the language of numbers, more so. And in my head, I'm thinking of this program. And then I went to my previous clients and my current clients, founders, discussing this whole and they know me very well. They know my coaching style. They know what I can, how straightforward I can be, and numbers. And feedback that came was surprising for me myself. Now here I am thinking that I understand their problem, therefore I'm developing this. But when I discussed this with them, their answer was, yes, Surabhi, we can do this, but still we are going to have this problem. So there was an objection already in their mind just by listening to me for 15 minutes. And I realized that, okay, unless I handle that objection, they are not going to jump at this. Now, this I'm talking after 25 years of building businesses, coaching so many founders. I'm building something which still I missed the objection. So how critical it is to validate your idea.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is, sorry, long winding, but the point I'm making is without that, you're just shooting in the dark, investing in the wrong places, investment in terms of effort, energy, your aspirations money, of course, not worth it.
That's right. And when I started my business 3 years back, it took me a long time to understand. It's not only about like coaching people are looking for. Eventually, I realized that they are not looking only for coaching, they are looking for sponsorship. So I changed my business model entirely. Like for last couple of years, I'm not only coaching, I do sponsorship. So I make sure that it's not only about 12 session or 6 session, it's about whatever they want to achieve. I make sure I'm there with them till that point. I create opportunities, I connect with people, I do everything possible in my capacity to do that. And I think that comes with like what first point we started. Just go ahead, experiment, don't make it
Yeah.
perfect. Experiment, and eventually we evolve ourselves to that level where we understand voice of customer.
Yes.
And we understand actual what is their exact pain point, and we start addressing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to add one thing though to your point. Right now, what we are building, you and me both, we are mostly doing it on our own. So
Yeah.
it's just our effort, our money, our mental energy, all of that. When you're building a company, you're investing a lot more money.
Yeah.
So the cost of this experimentation also needs to be considered. For
That's
us, it's
right.
okay. For us, we are in the space of education. We are going out and about, giving whatever our customers, founders would need. But when you're taking 5 more people along with you,
That's right.
it needs little more planning.
Little more planning, understanding market, understanding customer to mitigate that risk.
Yeah.
Because no, as you said that not only the people we are involved, money is involved, 5 people, investors, lot of people are involved in that one. And I think most entrepreneurs and businesses struggle with the cash flow, and that increases the chances of their failure eventually.
Yeah.
So how to take care of that?
I think, and especially because we are kind of mentioning and talking more about first time entrepreneurs, the top line is so fancy. It gives such a high, like, it gives a kick almost,
Yeah.
Like, oh, my business is growing this way. I mean, I'm doing X million, I'm doing X plus million, and it keeps us pushing. But then, what actually survival and growth is connected to is capital. Growth is expensive. It needs cash, period. You cannot grow without money. Now, if you do not have enough cash flow and if you do not have enough margins, then you're not going to grow.
Yeah.
After a while, it's going to stagnate. There was a need, you captured the need, you started growing, you're selling it to people. Now you have to go beyond. Maybe it's another market, maybe it's another location, maybe new marketing strategy is required, maybe new product is required. All of this is going to need money. And if you don't have that, then you have to chase banks and investors. And all it comes at a very high cost. So most of the time, if you're offering any services for that matter, you can always have a really, really solid margins and a cash flow. Now, if you're chasing revenue for the sake of revenue, getting really bad clients, not charging the pricing that's right, trust me, a cheap client is a very expensive client.
Exactly.
So-
I learned it hard way.
All of us do. So I'm saying this from my own mistakes again and again. So one has to really be careful of their own unit economics. Most of the founders I talk today, it's a very sad state that they do not know their cost structures. They do not know the smallest amount of costs that the company is incurring today. When I would see one senior developer being interviewed by three guys from my team, and if I'm walking through the office, I'm looking at 3 people sitting in that room for, let's say, 30 minutes. What's the billing cost for me? Is it really required? So you have to go really, and bootstrapping will teach you how to really stretch the penny. It gives you immense discipline. It's same like at home, right? When we know what's our income, we want to really make our balance sheets work for us. And that's exactly same. So bringing it all back, most important thing is cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Growth needs cash. A founder can say, I don't need money, I can live like a poor person. Sure, but your business is not going to grow and survive and thrive as a poor business. It will die. So business needs to be extremely cash flow positive, build cash reserves, get that discipline from day one, as early as possible. Don't push it to, I'll figure it out later. You won't. So, yeah.
I love this when you said growth is expensive.
Yeah.
And I simply love what you said, that if three people are taking interview, it's not about the half an hour they are taking, but it's three times half an hour it is there. And I see it from the other side. When I coach people for keynote speaking, I said, if you're speaking for 30 minutes, it's not your 30 minutes. If 200 people are listening, it's 200 times 30. So you have a big responsibility to do justice to their time.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they are not going to get back the time in their life.
Yes.
So you have to make sure that those 30 minutes count in their life, and you give something very important to
Yeah.
them.
So when when I'm writing my LinkedIn post, it's similar thought, right? Somebody is going to give their 30 seconds maybe to read this post.
Yeah.
Am I making it worth that 30 second? Am I really serving them? If not, scrap it. You don't have to really write something that is, and that's how you build a brand, basically.
Yeah.
You know, when every day you can provide value, then it works.
That's
If
right.
you won't have another keynote speaking opportunity if you don't give the worth of their
right.
time.
Yeah.
And it's true in the companies from the cost structures point of view also. So yeah.
That's right. And I think that's the secret of like how you have connected all the dots. I think it's going back to like all the questions which we have answered. That this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's very simple actually. You know, businesses, the fundamentals are fundamentals and they're simple, and mostly it is common sense. It just because we do not have those skills, we do not see those patterns, and therefore we don't fix them. Fix is very easy. Most of the time in my work also, if I just show them, pinpoint the problem, I don't have to solve it for them.
Yeah.
They're already great, brilliant people, right?
Yeah.
They're not, they're smart. And they know, oh, okay, I know now. And they figure it out, the solution.
If we talk about the leadership, what is it? Because you have been leader actually for all these years, and you are working with so many leaders. What is that one skill that is non-negotiable for the success of a business? Hiring.
If you cannot do that, forget it. I mean, you cannot scale. So hiring and then aligning team with each other, that's your most important skill, because you're not going to do it alone, right? You cannot possibly. You cannot scale the company alone. If you have multiple locations, remote teams, multiple projects, multiple customers to manage, so many different functions within a business. And as you scale, you need more people. And if you cannot really hire, as in know how to really what to look for. And I talk about that inside my course, like how to build your core team, what to look for, the T-shaped skill set, that is like one depth, one skill which is deeply they know, and then the breadth is required. That's when they can communicate with interdepartment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, most of the time, founder is the one person, everybody's coming, and then his time is going into making them understand each other, resolve conflicts, all of that happens. So he or she needs to understand what to look for in a core team and hire those people. And don't cheapen it there. Don't hire interns for the job that is really required by an experience. I mean, really experience is required for that successful execution there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hiring and team alignment.
Yeah. And if we talk about scaling, so like when is it too early and when is it too late? So what is the right time to scale a business?
I think you don't decide that. Once you have a product market fit, once you know that there is a customer and the customer is asking for more and there are more customers coming, you are already in the phase of scaling. So let's not kid ourselves that I'm a bootstrap and I have to be scrappy and I need to hustle. No, now you have to have systems in place. Now you have to have meetings weekly, monthly, strategy, quarterly, whatever structures are required. And in the early days, it may feel like wastage of time. But if you want to scale, then you have to do it from now. And you have to build that discipline, rhythm of business inside your team so that they all understand why we are doing this. And if you are convinced, you can convince your team. So scaling will happen from the customers. You don't decide that. Customers
I'm
decide
thinking that, and while doing that one, we need to also consider, is it this situation is an outlier? Like during the COVID time, if I'm making a medical equipment and suddenly I see like the rise in the demand, then, but I have to be, as a business owner, I need to be aware, it could be the seasonal only, it could be one of the outliers.
Yeah.
So that is not the right time to scale, I think. But other than outliers, I think what you said completely makes sense.
That's not the
We
time
have
to
grow.
scale, but one should always ride the wave. I'm of the opinion one should always ride the wave, right? I mean, if that needs some kind of hustle and jugaad, do that.
That's
Why
right.
lose an opportunity? Because
That's right.
that might bring more opportunities,
Yeah.
right? There are companies who made a lot of money during COVID time, right? Zoom being one of the example.
Yeah.
How did they? It wasn't flawless. First week it wasn't flawless.
Yeah.
They suffered. They struggled to get their infrastructure in line. When OpenAI was launched, of course they struggled. We couldn't get the ChatGPT access. So it would shut us down.
Yeah.
All of that happens, and people are forgiving towards that because they also understand what's happening on the other side. If you know India's Paytm story, the day demonetization was happened, Paytm couldn't service all of those
Yeah.
people, right? But you figure it out.
That's right.
So never lose a ride,
Yeah.
never lose a wave. Basically,
That's
you should
right. And
always-
as an entrepreneur, I think we have to be smart enough and agile.
Yeah.
The moment we see an opportunity, just seize it.
Yeah.
Like I always say, opportunities don't come when like you think, okay, when opportunity will come, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
When you're ready, then only opportunity
Yeah.
comes to you.
Sometimes you just have to grab it and then
Yeah.
figure out, and that's why you need a good team,
That's right.
because without that, then you can't do it.
That's right. That's right. So I love this conversation. And if you can give one message to our audience who are entrepreneurs, like one skill if you can teach them right now.
You want my very frank answer?
Yes.
Don't take it too seriously. It is supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be a journey. And why I have this mantra for myself is I set these goals, right? There was a time I'm sure I had a goal of LinkedIn 50,000.
Yeah.
The day you reach there, Neetu, you don't even stop. You don't even wait, pause,
You go to the next
acknowledge.
milestone.
Because there is already a next one that you set, right?
Yeah.
So the achievement of goal is just part of the journey. And it should be kept in that perspective. If you take yourself too seriously, if you take your business seriously, you become a cranky founder.
Yeah.
Nobody likes to work with that, and your family also suffers. So enjoying the journey, having good fun with it is, I think, most crucial.
Wow, you have put it so beautifully. You know, one of my friends asked me, I want to start a business because I don't want to work and I want to spend more time with kids. And I said, your reason to start is so wrong, because as an entrepreneur, if you're working currently 8 hours, as an entrepreneur, you'll be working for 16 or 18 hours.
And get paid less.
Yeah, and no appreciation.
No, never. I'm a big fan of Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, and his one line in his book, which made so much sense for me and my life changed almost. He says the best spiritual practice is not to take all your thoughts seriously. I think a thought today, the world looks very bad.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm very happy. I
That's
don't
right.
think that thought.
Yeah.
So business is very agile, and so should we in our mind also. And I think that's when you kind of really have good fun.
Yeah. And I think that's the secret of when people ask that, Neetu, how you're able to do so many things. I think because I love it so much.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. Thank you so much. It was such a lovely conversation.
Time flight. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me.
And I want to say to our audience, again, I'm saying this, I told in the beginning and middle also, and now I'm saying follow her on social media, especially LinkedIn. She is posting extremely outstanding content, especially for entrepreneur, business leaders, startups, everyone, and join her courses as well. Thank you so much.